everyone and welcome back to Football Manager 2019 and another part of this Newcastle United series where we are actually doing reasonably well. Now last time we left off we were in a bit of a rough patch. We lost to Burnley, drew with Fulham and then lost to Chelsea quite embarrassingly 3-1. That could have been a lot worse. But since then we managed to beat Bournemouth 4-1, but we were 1-0 down at half time. Then Riyad Boudabou's got a cracking header in to pull us back level, and then scored a second as well, another cross that time from Yedlin going in there. Then Sandro Tonali got his first goal of the season, played through by Boudabou's and then slotted under the keeper. And the fourth one was a little bit farcical. Begovic just held on to the ball too long. Tonali ran in, took the ball off him and put it into an empty net for his second ever goal at the club, and he is starting to show some of that promise that we're expecting from him. I do think he's going to become one of the best players in the games, but we need to nurture him to do that. And in the next game we were absolutely dominant against Crystal Palace. I think we had nearly 30 shots, but only an early corner from Lascelles and then a cracking drive and finish from Jonjo Shelvey got us a win. Jordan Ayew scored late on. We then went down to 10 men when Ayoze Perez got injured late on, but we were able to see that game out, get 3 more points. That's 6 points on the bounce. And when we look at the competition screen, we are in 6th place with almost everyone except Arsenal and Cardiff having played. We're still 4 points off Arsenal with that game in hand. Top 4, not a real prospect, I wouldn't think. But if we could finish in the top 7 in our first season, that would be amazing progress and allow us to really put some money into the club under the new owners, looking ahead to next season. But that is still thinking a little bit too far ahead, because today we're going to take on Spurs away from home and then we're going to take on Manchester United at home. 2 massive, very difficult games. United leading the table at the moment now with 32 points. They are really doing well and we're going to really struggle to beat them as well, I think. But if you are enjoying this series and Football Manager 2019, make sure you do drop a like on this video. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We've gained loads of new subscribers lately, so welcome to all of you. Thank you for subscribing, and we're getting very close to that 20k goal that I set for the end of the year. I think we might actually do it within a few weeks, which would be very exciting. So thank you to all of those. And as a reward, there is a giveaway going on. Click the link in the description or on the top comment and you will be able to see that giveaway on Twitter. Just follow the instructions in the tweet and you could get yourself a free copy of FM19, including the beta. So what's not to like? But without any more sales pitches, let's get into today's game. If we have a look at the way we're having to line up, Perez is out for about 3 weeks, which isn't ideal. And also Ki Sung-young needs a rest, which is a shame because he was player of the month in the Premier League last month. That's how good he was. He's valued at 20 million. He is fantastic for us in this formation. But it means a bit of a makeshift front 3. We've got Boudabou's, who is out of this world at the moment. If we look at his career stats this season, 6 goals and 3 assists across 14 games for a team struggling a little bit for form. That is not bad at all. Sean Longstaff comes in as well because Muto and Murphy and Kennedy as well, not really the kind of players that we need in these positions. So I'm hoping to see a bit more from Longstaff. He's only got a 6.73 rating. I will take him out if he doesn't improve. I'm sure Shelvey will be fine despite only being on half ability in that area, because I think, you know, he's got 4 goals this season. He can score goals. He can play as an attacking midfielder. That's not an issue. But then we've got Diame, Hayden and Tonali in central midfield. Tonali really impressing me lately. He's up to a 7.2 rating now, average rating, which is not bad. 2 goals as well. Not quite with the tactical familiarity, but he will get there. And then in defence, Haps, Clark, Lascelles and Yedlin with Dubravka in goal. If we go into this game, we are at Wembley. This is the Spurs side we're facing. Kane, Son, Eriksen, Lucas, Stepanenko, Winks, Rose, Alderweireld, Sanchez, Aurier and Lloris. Not too many surprises. They've had the same team for quite some time now. But I'm going to say that nobody expects us to get us a result and just see how the team do in this game. Obviously, we have the wonderful graphics thanks to my new computer. So thanks to everybody for helping me get that. I know I thank you a lot in this episode and over the last few, but I do really appreciate you guys watching and hitting that subscribe button and just helping the channel keep going. It's really rewarding for me and I hope you guys are enjoying the content. But at the moment, this game not living up to the hype. 10 minutes in, we've had a couple of shots though, and Spurs still 15 minutes in at home have not had a shot on our goal. We have been very good the last few games, but Buda Boos is injured. Our star player is gone. And I've run out of attacking midfielders. It's going to have to be Jacob Murphy who goes in there. He's not brilliant in this position. He is a winger, but I've been playing him there recently. He is doing some training to get a bit better, but this is not an ideal front three, really. And now Son attacking for Spurs. Doesn't affect our defence, though, but Eriksen's got in, and a good stop by Dubravka. It was straight at him. It doesn't affect our midfield or defence. It only affects our attack. So as long as we don't concede, we could get away from here with a point. But our odds of scoring a goal greatly diminished. And now that Diarme is injured, it's not making life very easy for us. We're going to have to bring Ki Sung-young off the bench here. And just hope. I didn't confirm the substitution, did I? That's the issue. Oh no, I did confirm it. It's just taken a very, very long time for him to get on the pitch. But here's Yedlin with a throw-in, finds Jonjo Shelvey, who nods it on to no one in particular. Alderweireld back to Lloris, forced to hit it pretty quickly. Lascelles with the header straight to Eriksen. Son, they've got two men waiting to make a run here, and Son plays it over to Stepanenko. Kane looking for Eriksen on the overlap. Instead he goes wide to Lucas. He's attacking down the right flank, puts the cross in, and Yedlin clears it, but only as far as Son. Dreadful clearance, and Son Heung-min with the finish makes it 1-0. That was a terrible attempted clearance there after doing well to intercept it, and it has cost us a goal. You can see Lucas here with a speculative cross, really. He wasn't looking for anyone in particular, and Yedlin just needed to boot that out. Why would you play it back in when you've got players like Son and Kane in the box? Eriksen there as well. That's really poor decision making from Yedlin, and it has cost us a goal now at a time where we don't look like we're going to be getting any. We've got a 6.5, a 6.3 and a 6.5 rating up top, and a 1-0 deficit at half time. We haven't really made many chances, or any chances, since Buda Boos went off the pitch, so this is not a good position to find ourselves in. First time I've had to have a go at the team since we came back to win 4-1 though, so maybe that bodes well. Here is Diarme. Why is Diarme still on the pitch? Did I not make that substitution? It says that I've made the substitution. This must be a glitch. What is this? That must be some sort of glitch in the game. Finally, it does make the substitution now. I know there's been an update and a patch, but it seems to have negatively affected that. And now Key giving the ball away there. It's come to Murphy, though. He's got Shelvey up there with him. Great tackle from Davison Sanchez. And now Lucas on the attack, cutting in from the right flank. He's got Kane up there with him. Big tackle. Oh, terrible mistake. Kane off the post. Gets another chance as well. And does make it 2-0 with his 13th goal of the season already. We're only just into December. And I mean, I feel like this game is just built against us at the moment, against Spurs. Lucas here, nobody closing him down. We do get a tackle in. Haps even gets a second ball. But then it allows Kane on the loose pass to have two bites at the cherry before he scores. And you need some of those things to go for you if you're going to get anything out of a game like this. And they just haven't gone for us. Losing Diarme and Buda Boos, Haps with a comical error, Yedlin with a comical error. And that's what's cost us here. And I'm worried about making a third substitution after what happened in the last game when we went down to 10 men because of an injury. So there's not a lot I can do here except keep on attacking. Here's Haps. On to Key. Now Shelvey can dink one, and he does. And he picks out Sean Longstaff. Where's he going? It doesn't matter. He's got the goal. Sean Longstaff with his first goal for the club, I believe. Did manage to get him behind. It is his first goal. And we have something to fight for now. 20 minutes left to try and get the goal. Haps here found Key, who picked out Jonjo. You can see the players making the run, and he did just delay it before getting the ball off. I thought he'd lost it there, but he managed to get between the defender and the goalkeeper and then find the back of the net, Sean Longstaff, and he gets his first goal for the club, which alongside Tonali is a good sign for the future. But we've got about 10 minutes now to try and find an equaliser. Hayden with the ball, free kick. Haps is already on a yellow. I was worried about going down to 10 because of injury. We've gone down to 10 because of poor discipline. Haps there with a second yellow. Not the first time this season that I think he has lost his cool a little bit. I think I'm going to keep Shelvey and Longstaff up the top. Dummett it's going to have to come on, isn't he, for Murphy, though. And we'll just have to see if we can get anything from these 10 minutes with 10 men. Dyer now. Over to Ericsson. Could get a lot worse for us here. Ericsson to Lamella. Tackles go in. We do clear it away. Shelvey should get to that. Maybe he's a bit too tired. And Sanchez has got there. All the way back to Lloris. Plays it forward. Picked up by Dyer. Back to Winks. Tonali wins it. Now Shelvey. He's got men running. He picks out Key. He's got 2 players to his right. Does find Sean Longstaff, who's missed it. He needed to leave that there. And we might have got the goal. I don't think Longstaff was the right person to take that on. I'm pretty sure it was Hayden who was in the box with him. And that was our chance of the equaliser. It's gone now. Shelvey, the last minute free kick. Over the bar. And that'll be the full-time whistle. I think we're quite unlucky there. A lot of things went against us in that game. It's good that Sean Longstaff got his first goal, but we were never, ever expecting to win a game away from home against a team like Spurs. Although actually, they were down in 12th. They're now 9th. They are struggling this season. We do hang on to 7th place, which is one good thing because everybody else has played. So we're not going to move from 7th. We lose a bit of ground on the top teams. I mean, not really. Not too much ground. We're only 6 points behind Man City after 15 games, which isn't a bad place to be, given how good they are. But losing Boodaboos for 2 or 3 weeks at the same time that we've lost Perez, we've lost Diame for 4 to 5 weeks, and we've got Key really struggling for fitness as well. Shelvey's not doing great. You can see here, Key and DeAndre Yedlin both struggling a little bit, and we've got United up next. Then we do get a long break before Huddersfield. It might be an international break. I'm not too sure. But we need that break. And then looking ahead from that, we should be able to get some points against our next opponents. But hopefully we can do something at home against United. Well, this Manchester United game is a bit of a free hit, really, given the situation we're finding ourselves in with the injury problems and all the rest of it. Yedlin is coming out of the team. Manquillo comes in. Haps is suspended, so Dummett comes in. Midfield, Tonali's picked up a knock, so giving him a little bit of a break. He's on 82% condition. So Key does start this game, even though he's not fully fit. But he's got Shelvey and Hayden ahead of him. And then up front, I've gone a little bit unconventional here. We've got Kennedy, Longstaff and Muto all up front. I've played all of them up front. Obviously Longstaff scored in the last game. Muto's not been very prolific. Kennedy, I was very close to cancelling his loan. Murphy has really appalled me. He's on a 6.45 rating and I think needs to sit on the bench. Some of our fringe players absolutely not up to the standard and will need to be replaced in the January window. I have no doubt about that, but we're just struggling with injuries at the moment. You can see on the right, we've got Lukaku, Sanchez and Lingard in the attack, which will cause problems. Pogba, Fred and Matic is a cracking midfield. And then Shaw, Jones, Bailly and Valencia, De Gea in goal. United have got a strong team. United always have a strong team. And this is going to be really, really tough. I was expecting us to probably lose both these games. So if we can get anything from this at home, it would be a really added bonus. But giving the ball away like that is not a good way to start. Already United with the shots. Dummett's got a free kick though. Finds Muto. He's on the attack. He has a shot, Muto, and De Gea takes the ball and goes to ground. Good stop from him. He looks to bring it out. Does launch it forward. Header won by Key. Longstaff challenges, but doesn't get there. It comes to Dummett. On to Key, who does win the ball. Still going Key, who's looking like a world beater. Here's Key again. Into Kennedy. Strong position here. He goes to the left, goes for goal, and it's not far away. Couple of decent efforts there. Kennedy needed to get that on target, really. Dummett plays it forward to Longstaff. He's rarely going to win those sort of headers. And the ball now played in behind for Lingard, who got in the space, pulls it back, and there's Fred. I thought we maybe did enough there when we got the tackle in on Sanchez, but Fred just absolutely ambled up to the loose ball and found his spot to make it 1-0 to United just 5 minutes in. Lukaku here dinking it over the top, and that's where we always get caught out. The ball over the top, in behind. Manquillo did well there, but Fred following up just pops it into the bottom corner there. Dubravka not able to get to it. And we are a goal behind just 5 minutes into this game after a little bit of an encouraging opening. We seem to have dropped off a little bit and absolutely allowed them the gift of that goal. 20 minutes gone though. We're not out of this game. Shaw to Pogba. Goes back out left. Those two playing on their own at the moment, but that ball into Alexis is going to cause some damage. He's got Lukaku free in the middle. Lascelles challenges and wins it. Comes to Lingard. Still got Lukaku in there. Fred making a run as well. Valencia. does dink it in, comes back to him, he can try again. Instead he finds Matic, Pogba will pick a pass, and now it's forced out to the left flank. They've got a man in behind again, it's Alexis who gets there, puts the ball across to Lukaku. No, it's Lingard at the back stick. 7 goals for Lingard already this season, and it's now 2-0, just 19 minutes in. Help flashes up on the advertising boarding there, and we are now 2-0 down. I didn't want to watch that goal. It's like rubbing salt in the wounds. And at the moment, the team looking composed. 2-0 down, half an hour in. Their ratings are not letting me remain composed, I have to say. I'm very disappointed. But we don't have many options. Murphy, Lazar, Shah and Fernandez, the only real players I can bring on. 3 of them defenders. We've got Murphy there, who might be able to do something. At the moment, Dummett is playing terribly, so maybe I need to take him off, bring on Lazar. But it looks competitive here. We've had more of the possession as well. We're just not clinical. And we just don't have the players up front. I am actually going to take off Paul Dummett, who is a team leader. Interesting. And I'm going to put Lazar on, and we will just see if that makes any difference whatsoever. Here's Lingard. I don't think I've played Lazar this season. Lazar, 11 seconds into his season, commits a foul. Maybe that's more to come. Lingard with a corner. Puts it in. Lukaku's in there. Down to Matic. Blocked by just the melee of players. Here's Pogba. He'll strike it. No, he finds Sanchez. Manquillo with a big tackle. Manquillo's not been bad today. In the grand scheme of things. Muto charging forward here, skips the tackle. Muto, he's got players arriving, he puts the ball in, Hayden's there, cleared away, Lazar gets to it, but nothing coming of that. Maybe if he dinked it in. But Shaw now with the throw in, finds Matic, back to Jones, and if Phil Jones is beating you at your near post, you've got pretty big problems at the back. 3-0 now, 40 or so minutes left to play. Again, help showing up there. I know it's in support of Warchild, but it's not exactly doing me any favours. I mean, Matic with a back heel and Jones with a finish at the near post. Absolutely infuriating. That's all there is to that. At the moment, of our front 3, Longstaff is performing the worst, despite being the only natural player in those attacking positions. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to take him off, because we need to change something. So let's bring on Murphy. I'm also going to bring Tonali on for a struggling Hayden. Our entire team's struggling. I don't know what I'm saying. 20 minutes to go. If we can get a goal back, some sign of encouragement against a big team would be nice. But here's Mata in, Murphy away. Sanchez will strike it. It ricochets around Bay onto Fellaini, and Dubravka is having a bit of a mare. Again, beating at his near post from outside the box is not good enough. He should have saved that. It went under his body. You can see here Mata dinking it in, Murphy away, Alexis Sanchez has a shot, ricochets around, Bailly plays it off to Fellaini, and a near post is straight at Dubravka. He has to save that, or at least turn it around the post. That's just not good enough to spill that under your body. And now we've got 10 minutes left. Manquillo to Tonali, at home here as well. Ball comes out to Manquillo, onto Key, back to Manquillo, puts it to the back stick. Kennedy is there, and Kennedy does get the consolation goal. At least we've denied United the clean sheet there. Kennedy gets his first goal of the season, probably his last as well, unless we have even more injuries come up. Key did pick out Manquillo. It's a good ball by Manquillo, who's been our one bright spot today, I would say. He's had a couple of good tackles. He's got the assist here. Maybe we can play Manquillo a little bit more often, given Yedlin made the mistakes in the last game. 5 or so minutes still to go. We've been competitive on the stats. We've just not been clinical up top. And United have been absolutely clinical. They've been ruthless. Key puts it in. Lascelles over the bar. We need to remember they are top of the league. This is not unsurprising. We are not that strong a team, and against the big sides, we are still in a position where we're expecting to lose. It's too early in the save for us to really think much bigger than that. But we've got 23 points from 16 games. We're not going to get relegated on this sort of form. We will finish in the top half based on this as well, which is encouraging. And you can see the table here. Other teams below us still to play, but we've still got Leicester and Watford ahead of us. We're better than both those teams, I think. There's no reason we can't finish higher up. Spurs will probably finish above us. And then further down, Everton looking in trouble. Big gap between Cardiff, Brighton, and then the rest of the league. That final relegation place could be interesting. You can see in this screen here, we are drawn against Aston Villa away in the third round of the FA Cup. We are supposed to reach the fifth round of that competition. The board have given me a new contract, by the way. I'm now 64 grand a week for 3 years, which does give us a bit more job security. Now, coming up over the next episode, we're going to have Huddersfield, Everton and Leicester played probably off camera. Maybe the Leicester game could be the time that we come back. We are in the busy Christmas period, but we will certainly be back before this Liverpool game and the start of the January transfer window, because there are players that we need to look at bringing in. Certainly in the attacking midfield area, we need at least one more, because Pearson and Longstaff are not up to the grade. I'm reasonably happy with Perez and especially Boudebouz, but we need another attacking midfielder there. So if you've got suggestions, do let me know. We have a bit of money. We've got 20 million and 200 or 150 grand a week in the wage budget as well. So we can definitely bring in a really good player if we want to, but we need to find one. I'd like a youth prospect if you have suggestions. I'm also not convinced about this tactic, I have to be honest. So let me know if you've got suggestions for tactics as well, especially given the players that we've got. And do drop a like on the video if you enjoyed this one. Make sure to subscribe as well if you're new to the channel. But until next time, see ya.